Hi guys, you're playing a show tonight in Hydrozagadka. Can you introduce yourself?
Of course, yes. We are NXOV, the metal band, the hyperpop band, the truest band in the world, coming from Dnipropetrovsk and Olsztyn,
From Warsaw.
synergizing together in Warsaw and delivering the best concert experiences worldwide.
I've heard you're working on a new album.
Yes, already for quite some time. We are heavily inspired by Call of Duty 4.
By Call of Duty 4, Splinter Cell, memes about Alex Jones and Infowars. The whole album is a concept album that we're making. About, let's say, the cycle of violence. It's connected to such topics as war and terrorism from 80s in Afghanistan, and how it spiraled into such terrible acts as 9/11, how it all went into glorified violence that we see today, and how it leads to stuff like mass shootings that we see all over the world from people. And but the whole album is made in a very different kind of vibe. It's not a preachy kind of album by any means. You can imagine this is going as an ironic view of going on Bull board on 4chan, compressed into music with a lot of jabs at a lot of radical right people, with a very ironic approach to that, taking up roles of them.
You're a punk metal band.
Well, when it comes to our topics, I guess you can say that. We like to piss people off. I guess we can say that. And I guess you can say that about all people in general, depending on how they want to look at our music. I guess that there would be a lot of people who can look at our music at face value and really hate it, and people who would look at our music on a deeper level and hate it too. But there would be the two opposite kinds of people. So anybody can find a way to like our music or hate our music, no matter who they are, which I think very inclusive of all this.
Are you playing songs from the new upcoming album tonight?
Oh yes, and a lot of them. We actually play almost only songs from the new album. I think that we only have a couple of songs from older albums.
Yeah, like we play usually like 2 to 3 per set. Mostly it's new album.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that most people who see us live and people who listen to us on Spotify, they have completely different perspectives.
Yeah.
Because our first album was very personal, very emotional, very emo, very inspired by me living in Dnipropetrovsk when I was a kid. And the new album is much more, well, in a way it amplifies the different sides of us. The first album was like a mixture of metal music with a lot of electronic and hyper pop stuff that we liked so much, like Crystal Castle, for example, that was a big inspiration of Death Grips, mixed with stuff like Bring Me the Horizon. Then the new album just takes those different parts, and metal is much more metal. Basically, it's much more brutal, much more dark and aggressive, and the electronic parts are much more ethereal and well, electronic. You can say that it's not so much a mixture, just like two different worlds that always change from one song to another. We have some interludes which are 5 minutes of some reverse sample and synths, and we have songs which are plain metal, and we have songs which are basically pop music on this album. So it took us a long time to write it. It took us like a year to write it and a year to record and mix it, and we are hopefully planning to release it this year, finally, until the end of the year.
Okay, so good luck with releasing your album and good luck with pissing people off tonight.
Thanks.
Thanks.